Hello and welcome to Lucian Academy. This is a very special day because we've just finished our core for mind reading, and that means that we can now write details for essays with our mind, and we can imagine those are related poetically to the topic. And if we look at how I did that, it is on here. I can't see it. I'll just jump. First, I used R core, which is the name of the document, which randomly creates programs, and I, as you can see, where there was random is somewhere in here, not there, hang on, here we are. Random up here, where it randomly chose a variable name, and down here, and randomly chose rules to put into the algorithm. I wrote down mind reading core, which is like our core, but it uses mind reading instead. And now instead of and what I did was I found random. Here I wrote a random. Where's random one? So I'm not so sure. I wrote a predicate called random one, which uses the mind reading technology, which basically just is based on a rough estimate of what I'm thinking, but is supposed to can quite closely approach what I'm thinking, and basically how this program works is it finds all the variables and commands, and it goes through every combination of them, every random combination, until it actually finds a program that works. And now that you've seen that, and I don't know if I should mention, I could mention that I have I did it more quickly at first when I was testing it by switching off all these kinds of features here, which would have slowed it down, and at the top that feature and that feature I turned off which would make it technically not mind reading, but just quickly running the program. Now I'll show you what happened when I run the program. Up here, this is the normal R core query, and it finds this is the one that works with mind reading. So basically what it did is it read my mind for the names of these parts here, variables, and even these data items, and there are actually two different programs or algorithms it's produced that it didn't randomly produce, but reproduced with the help of reading my mind. And now if we go up here, okay, that, by the way, that was a really good thing to have done, because yes, it's one of the 10 details, which mean that I'll be able to specifically find a more specific answer in mind reading from the subject, but also if the subject speaks or writes, then I'll be able to, or sorry, thinks, then I'll be able to tell what what letters they're saying as well. Hopefully in the end, with the 10 details that I'll complete the other 9 of after this. So don't worry about this error. That's because, as you can see, by the way, I had to put quotation marks around these things from up here. These are data items, but this is a variable, so it doesn't have quotation marks. And then here, the grammar badly formed, it says, but that's because this item doesn't have quotation marks. So then when you put that in there, this is my interpreter, by the way, which I wrote. It calls and runs that program with this result. The variable D is equal to B and C. And then the second algorithm that it wrote, it also does that. And call, append, and a variable D in this case is set to B, the strings B, A, B and C. And then this is the part that makes writing an interpreter useful. I could have used these 10 lines, or approximately 10 lines, as the 10 details for one reason in a philosophy essay. But since I'm studying masters, or will be studying masters, I decided to run the same program. This is the same query as the first, that calls the first algorithm, and I just turned on these features of Prolog, which quickly output all the trace lines without stopping, waiting for you to press C, and also I put it into a file, but didn't do that. And yes, that the reason to have all these lines and all these extra kind of things and use the interpreter to do all these extra things is so that I can, I don't know if you can see this, is that yes, this figure here, 9,661 is over the figure 4,000, and that means that it's over 4,000 words, or has 50, 80 word reasonings in it. And that's pretty helpful for masters, because if you also use another piece of software which I wrote called text to reasonings 2, that can quickly reason out all those words, and yes, and you can generate these things, and it's quite helpful. Thanks.